Hello and welcome back to Feral Creatures Homestead. Today what I'm going to be doing is planting potatoes. So we want to plant potatoes here in San Antonio sometime around Valentine's Day. So between Valentine's Day and the end of February. So today our Valentine's Day got messed up with the freeze this year. So today is actually February 25th, but that's okay. We're going to get them in the ground today. And hope for the best. So I have 3 different types of potatoes that I bought. This year I bought my seed potatoes at Home Depot, which is not ideal. I usually buy them from a local nursery, but this year was very hectic and I was at Home Depot for something else and I saw them and I thought, let me just grab them in case I can't get to a nursery, and I haven't been able to. So I'm glad I picked them up. They do say like GMO free and things, so we'll hope for the best. I'm not real sure. But this blend is like red, white, and blue blend. And then I bought the Yukon Gold and some red potatoes. In the past, when we've grown potatoes, my family's favorite was the red potatoes. I feel like you can really, really taste the difference between homegrown red potatoes and store-bought red potatoes. So these are my favorite that I'm going to grow, but I decided to get all 3 just because you never know. You want to diversify your risk in gardening. So I did sort of let them sit for a while so that they would grow the little chits. That means that these are, kind of already sprouting here. So we can plant them in the ground. That's a little head start. You can just set them. I mean, honestly, I just left these in my mud room, in the bag. I know a lot of people will set them like in an egg carton or something on a windowsill. These obviously did fine just in the mud room. So set them out somewhere so they can grow. You don't have to do that. I have not done that in the past and gotten results. So honestly, this is just because I bought them and didn't plant them in time. Again, because of the freeze. So let's get started. All right, so before I put these in the ground, I am going to cut the large ones. Oh man, this one grew, look at that, just grew right through the holes in the bag here. That sucks. I'm gonna have to gently work that one out. I'll do that later. So like this is large enough to become 2 seed potatoes. So if I have one that's this small, so this is about the size of a golf ball, I'm not going to cut that one. But any of these that have, this is larger, I'm going to find multiple eyes and make sure that it has at least 2 eyes on the piece that I cut. So I'm going to do that right now with this one.
What are you doing?
I am about to plant potatoes.
Well,
you see?
What are those 2 eyes?
These things are called chits, or some people call them eyes. And this is the new plant growing out of the potato. And so, see, I'm going to cut this one so we can actually use this as a seed to plant multiple potatoes. Look at that.
How is that purple?
It's purple. This is a purple potato. Awesome, huh?
Oh.
Okay, so here is our soil mix for the potatoes. I dumped out some of the grow bags that we used. I started kale in them. The froze it before it got very big. So nothing really grew in them too much. So I went ahead and dumped those out in here. That was store-bought soil. We just moved, so just trying to get something planted. So we had store-bought soil, and then I had new earth compost delivered, so manure compost. I had a big truckload of it delivered, so I mixed some of that in. And then I mixed in some worm castings. I can't wait to get our own compost and our own worms going. But since we just moved, did go the store-bought route. Okay, so now that we have the potatoes in the dirt, I'm gonna give them a good watering. I might throw in some liquid seaweed and some House to Grow into the water. I'm gonna water them in really good. Then I'm gonna watch them. Eventually they're going to sprout into plants, hopefully. And then as the plants grow, I'm gonna unroll the bag and continue to mound up more compost and soil over as the plants keep growing up. I will kind of document that along the way and post that, or maybe I'll post an after video. And hopefully in a few months, we will have some delicious potatoes. Okay, so it has been, today's May 1st, so that means that it's been about 10 weeks since we planted the potatoes. So I'm going to show you a bit of an update. So you can see they're nice and big. I have them in my squirrel and chicken proof cage here. But they're in the big grow bags that go up until about here. So that's about 18 inches off the ground, and then they go up another 18 inches. All right, there we go. You can see that the dirt is up to the brim of the grow bag pretty much. And so I probably added that in 2 sections. So they grew a little bit and I added some, and they grew above the edge of the bag and I added more dirt at that point. Unfortunately, we did have a problem this week. So we've had a ton of rain, not usual for us, but I did get a couple of potatoes that started to look like they maybe have some blight. Alrighty, so you can see here, definitely somebody is unhappy here. Not sure, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's the snails. It looks to me like some kind of fungus or some kind of blight. So I immediately, when I saw that, I separated them. They're kind of over here by themselves, pretty far away from the garden. So hopefully the rest of them are not affected. But maybe these will bounce back. Who knows? All right, so today is the exciting day. The potatoes are ready for harvest. We planted them in February and now it is mid-June, and so it's time to do the harvest. I can tell because they're kind of starting to flop over, and we're gonna see what we get. This is one of those you just never know what you're gonna get until you dump out the soil or dig through the soil. So let's take a look. All right, so since it's in a grow bag, I'm just kind of gonna dump it out. Big money, big money. All right, I see some. So here's the original plant. Got some little tiny ones on there, but some little gold. This must be the gold potato. Grow bag. Here we go. Yes. These are a little small. All right, that's the biggest one so far. Little gold potatoes. Oh, that must be the original seed potato. Or some potato that rotted. Look at all that green above the soil. Oh, look, that's a pretty big one. It's about, not quite as big as a baseball. All right, so I hope that that video was helpful. I tried to get a video done where we caught the whole process from planting to harvesting of growing potatoes. If you have any tips or tricks that you use, please leave them in the comments section. And if you like this video, make sure you like it and subscribe.